All right. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy Monday.
Y'all have
Oz
you guys
Unlocked reposted the stream.
Wow.
Oh. Enter a location. I'm going to need the Stock Unlocked X link real quick. Guys, big week today. Stock Unlocked turns 5 on Saturday.
Stock Lock turns 5.
Turns
5 years in
Saturday.
this. 5 years in this. Me and Arthur spent all day making the something. making a special surprise.
This guy's nuts.
Almost gave it away. But yeah, guys. Oh, dude, so much to go over right now. I mean, where do I even begin, man?
Woo! We got viewers out the wazoo. Where do we begin? I don't know.
Let's start with the hack. Let's start with the big hack going around, guys.
Yeah, let's start with that so everyone's safe.
I hope you guys aren't really and who knows the severity of it right now, right? Yep. But just to be safe, please refrain from doing anything on chain, making on chain transactions, buying, selling, whatever. Supposedly there's this like huge hack going around that's changing the directory of the way of when you send tokens back and forth to each other to their wallets, like a siphoning type deal. And this is only for hot wallets. This is only for hot wallets. Okay. So meaning, meaning like your Phantoms, your MetaMask that aren't really connected to a ledger. Now your ledger wallets or your hardware wallets are completely safe. But again, do not conduct transactions with those hardware wallets either, because at the end of the day, you're signing permissions with your wallet, right? So
who are the people behind the hack? Do we know yet?
We don't know yet. But a funny thing is, it's like I think Arkham already has the wallet that supposedly is that's supposedly in charge of the hack, and it's only got like $66 in it.
That's it?
Yeah. Supposedly, who knows the extent of it? Arkham could have gotten it wrong. Who knows? But this is what happened. Hackers hijack NPM packages. NPM packages are basically like are basically like the packages where the main source of where a bunch of like crypto hardware and software stuff is shipped through. Especially ledgers. So again, even if you ordered a ledger, return it. If you just recently ordered a hardware device, return it.
Whoa, what? Even if you order it from Ledger directly?
Bro, their shipping got got stolen. Got
hijacked.
And a ton of them have a bunch of malicious code on them, supposedly. Yeah. Some keynotes: the malicious code only impacts individuals accessing the compromised applications over the web, monitoring for cryptocurrency addresses and transactions that are then redirected to attacker-controlled wallet addresses. This causes the transaction to be hijacked by the attackers rather than being sent to the intended addresses. The malware operates by injecting itself into the web browser, monitoring potentially all chains: Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Tron, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash wallet addresses or transfers on network responses with crypto transactions. It replaces destinations with attacker-controlled addresses.
So old wallets are good. It's just the new ones that the new hardware wallets that are going out right now, those are suspect, is what you're saying.
Yeah, those could be suspect. Honestly, it kind of doesn't really make sense with like the supply itself, because like if they're getting hijacked, why would they get sent back to their destination? But that's like, I don't even know what NPM is, to be honest. Older ones, you're fine. Renee, you're fine with older ones. Expect a patch to come out pretty soon. What makes it dangerous is that it operates at multiple layers, altering content shown on website, tampering with API calls, and manipulating what users' apps believe they are signing. Just signing. So, guys, don't sign anything right now. Hardware or coldware wallets or hardware wallets. Don't do any transactions until there's a patch. But yeah,
What about
That's
transactions to like an exchange? Like, what if someone wants to deposit money on like an XE?
that's still considered a on-chain transaction
Mm,
because you are going from your your non-custodial wallet, right? Say like a Phantom or whatever,
mm-hmm.
or and you're sending it directly to an exchange. That's still an on-chain transaction.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So be very, very, very careful.
There's just nonstop hacks these days, man. It's ruthless.
I know. I
We're in a
know.
digital pirate era.
Who saw the whole Russian US tax stablecoin thing today?
Mm. 4D chess. Did anyone see that stuff?
Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Do you know what
So,
we're talking about?
so one of Putin's advisors accuses the U.S. of using crypto and gold to escape its massive debt. What's been pumping crypto? What's been pumping gold? What has this administration been pumping? Crypto and gold. Fody and I were talking. We're like, well, like, all right, how do we think they could do this? Right. Well, if they put all the money into crypto or into stable coins, yada, yada, and they devalue the dollar and the dollar gets weaker and weaker, but then they're gaining interest and or gains off of whatever moves they're doing in crypto and gold, and then
Mm.
buying the dollar back at like a lower Powerball value, and then just paying off the debt like that. Maybe that's like a strategic way that we were kind of thinking, but
So
the
yeah,
more we look into it, the more and more it makes sense.
listen. The main complaint here is Russia's complaining that that essentially U.S. is trying to get rid of the huge debt by devaluing the dollar and putting all their money in stable coins, and then when the dollar's weaker, they could pay off the debt way cheaper. That's the main concern here. But I don't see a problem with this, man. I feel like people try to do this every day in society. They try to they're trying to pay off money cheaper, borrow money cheaper. Like what's like are I guess the countries are just worried that like the dollar that they once lended is not the same dollar that they're getting back.
Right. Well, inflation's always been there, so it had. Year after year, it's getting weaker and weaker anyway. But
Yeah.
they also have their interest on it, So
Mm-hmm.
that's probably keeping up with it. But I mean, I think this is something that I would have to look into more. But it is an interesting theory, and now that you kind of hear it from the other side, it does make sense. And we've been talking about this for a while. At the end of the day, I still think the CIA or the NSA made Bitcoin. Like, what's the big psyop here? I know I'm an orange pillar, but the NSA made the crypto hash originally. So
Dude, I mean, man, we could go down a rabbit hole right now, right? I mean, we could, sometimes like, I
mhm,
mean, me and you were talking about we were playing like the what if scenarios in our head.
yep.
You know, there's just too many things that are starting to line up and make too much sense, right? I mean, first and foremost, like when we were talking about Michael Saylor's history, right? I didn't even know MicroStrategy was a big part of the dot-com era until you told me, right? And then
Yeah, yeah.
he's like
Merrick told me.
Merrick,
Yeah,
and and, and if you look at this in hindsight, this is like the same playbook that he's doing, but with Bitcoin. Is he not? But it was blamed. But the .com thing was blamed on an accounting error. I mean, if that's
earning.
if that's dude, they must have been over leveraged like no tomorrow.
No,
Uh,
it wasn't even over leveraged. Basically, like they like grossly overstated their earnings. Grossly. But now, though, you remember a few weeks ago on live we discussed how now they have a new way of reporting earnings if you're a treasury company. So I mean, they can't kind of, they can't really run the same like quote unquote playbook last time, whether it was intentional or not, who knows. But I do think he is trying to do it right. But I mean, dude, he is over leveraged. But I mean, they called homie from The Big Short crazy. So
That's true. That is, I mean, also, Michael Saylor did tweet out some numbers the other day, saying, like, basically showing how in the green they are if you
yeah,
literally break down the percentages.
yeah. I mean,
But
dude, you could go to here. I'm
but
sorry,
in, but
typing.
in but in retrospect, they're down $1 billion.
If you go to sailortracker.com, which they finally just updated their website a bit, they're up 51%. They're up 24 billion.
They're up 24 billion.
Yeah, they're up 24
Where
billion.
did
They're up 51%.
where did I read they were down $1 billion?
Dude, go to sailortracker.com and see if you can share the link with the chat, because I can't. But sailortracker.com.
Okay.
They have 638,000 Bitcoin worth 71 billion. They're up 51% for 24 billion.
And this site's legit, huh?
This dude, yeah, this site's the bee's knees. Are you
Let me
sharing it?
share it. Yeah, I'm about to right now.
Yep.
Bitcoin
There.
portfolio value 71.5 billion. Average cost 73K. Okay. Where does it show what they're up?
Right there, dude. You see that plus 51%?
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow. So he's not crazy.
We'll see. We'll see.
Man's on to something.
I mean, I think he's been onto something.
I don't
Speaking
know,
of,
dude.
huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, when the market dips like a couple percent, this is like the main topic that comes out, right? Like they immediately like start saying, "Oh my God, Michael Saylor's going to get margin called anytime soon, any moment right now," and then the doom and gloom, and then but like the part I kind of tweeted out something the other day too, kind of just like
Oh, you love that doom and gloom stuff.
I know just to put panic in people, but I don't
Yep.
think anybody saw it, to be honest. So I don't think it
Yeah.
matters.
Dude, let's go into some stocks. I don't really trade penny stocks, but the folks that trade penny stocks, there's some monster moves happening right now in Pennyland.
Mm.
Let's talk about the big boys. Let's talk about the S&P 500. Robinhood gets accepted into the S&P 500, and I actually have my charts pulled up here. I think they retested all-time high today. Yeah, guys, they closed today at $117.28. All-time high is $117.70. Robinhood looks like it is going to run crazy. Bravo to them. And then mobile marketing app 11 is called APP, also got into the S&P 500, and they pumped 11%. Robinhood pumped 15%. So pretty savage. Pretty savage. What else? What else? Caesars Entertainment is changing their ticker name. And when is Tesla going to pump? Keeps getting so close to this breakout. We keep inching higher. Today we hit 358, but we could not hold $358. That is a key breakout level that we have to hold. But did you see what's happening with Tesla and Elon?
What's happening with them?
So they're saying that's why people all of a sudden started to get a little bit more bullish on Tesla as of recently. Because one, we all know Elon wants to change the world on a drastic level, and you need a lot of money for that. Well, Tesla offered this dude a $1 trillion pay package. Not 1 billion, not 100 billion, a trillion.
I
Now,
remember reading something like that. I thought it was just like
you thought it was just nothing, like
I thought it
baloney?
was fake.
Well, you would think because the Tesla market cap right now is 1.1 trillion. So, what does that mean, right? So, it is contingent on Elon within the next decade getting Tesla to a $8 trillion market cap. So, he would have to 8x the valuation of Tesla. I think he could do it. Now, of course, the 1 trillion is not in cash. It's in shares. He'd get like, I think they said like 95 million plus shares or options and all that good stuff. But current market cap is 1.1 trillion. He would have to get the market cap up to 8 trillion. You know, Elon with his crazy innovative stuff. You know, Nvidia just hit 4 trillion. And in terms of like innovation and game changing technology, I do not think that that Tesla is far off from Nvidia. You know, yes, Nvidia's got the graphics and the chips down, but there's so much more to that, right? There's just so much more going on, so much more innovation going on, and I really don't think that Tesla should be worth 4 times less than Nvidia. And knowing how investors like to invest, you know, projecting 5 to 10 years out in the future, you know, that's why Tesla ran so much. And I'm talking pre-split days for you folks who've been around for quite some time like me. I'm talking about when Tesla was $1,000, $2,000, or $4,000 stock. Investors were pricing it for years of future outlook. Now, Tesla has been taking some hits because of Elon in the media and of him in the politics and all that. So I really, really, really think Tesla is undervalued right now dramatically. And with Elon's always like sense of urgency to want to change the world, he needs tons and tons of money to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And a $1 trillion pay package would help. And if you look at that Tesla weekly chart, Tesla daily charts, this thing has been in consolidation for since May. I really think, again, this isn't financial advice, but I really think Tesla's on the verge of a big breakout here.
I do personally to do $8 trillion market cap, man. I mean, and if that does happen, you know, like the whole pay package thing, if that goes through, first of all, I don't know the logistics of that. I don't even know how that all like works out. But here's the thing. You know, the reason why Nvidia is a $4 trillion market, like this is going to be, if Tesla were to hit that, it's 10, 20 years down the road for me. I think so
You don't have
because
enough faith in Elon, bro. That's way too
it's
20 years.
that's Elon, and that's with Elon's speed. Yes, Arthur, because Nvidia, the reason why they're at a $4 trillion market cap is because they aren't an essential, right? Their chips are in everything. Your computers, even probably Teslas.
Yeah.
You know,
Fair.
everything that requires some kind of like GPU in some sense,
Mhm.
right? It's probably coming from Nvidia. So that's why they have, you know, that's why they have that to me, that market cap and that necessity for this world to function. And same thing with Apple, right? Like damn near everyone has an iPhone.
Mhm.
Damn near everybody uses their software in some sort of
But Apple
aspect.
hasn't came out with anything innovative since when?
Yeah,
Just saying.
they just make things look pretty.
Yeah. Well, hey, I have all Apple stuff. I can't
You do,
argue with that.
yeah, I know. You know, I mean,
I mean,
but
dude,
like,
it took Nvidia only 5 months, 6 months to go from 2 trillion to 4 trillion. I think you're underplaying Elon here on this.
mm,
It
mm,
took him 6 months, dude.
mm.
Yes,
6
they
months.
got the chips, but dude,
But
with
okay,
everything Elon's trying to do, from spaceships to robo taxis to robots to this and that, 1 trillion, it's too cheap for me, man.
yeah, 1 trillion's cheap. I will say that, but 8 trillion's a big freaking number, dude.
But yeah, but dude, you are right though, man. Nvidia chips are literally everything, and I can't wait to see the Nvidia Spark, the supercomputer that's going to cost $3,000. By the way, Zach is in the audience. I shipped my PC back, that one that I got. Dude, that Nvidia supercomputer is the same price, $3,000, and it's this big. It's like this big.
Maybe you should just order that instead.
Probably will. Probably will. But yeah, dude, one trillion for me, I think is cheap. Again, that's just what I think. I think it's too cheap. Looking at the chart, it looks like it is cooking for a breakout. I also think Amazon right now is cooking for a breakout. Guys, if Amazon closes over $237 on the day, we will retest all-time highs at 242. And I'm a firm believer we will hit 250s. Today we hit just over 237 and then it got sold off just a bit. But still green on the day, unable to close at 237. But if Amazon closes at 237, this is a ripper. For anyone that missed me saying Google was way too cheap not too long ago, now we're at all-time highs. Don't miss Amazon to new all-time highs. I bet you it's coming this month. Not financial advice, but it's coming. 250 calls October 17th. What?
You guys see the Japanese prime minister resign after the tariff deal?
No.
Japan's been in the news a lot lately, man.
Before, let's go to that 1 second, and let's just say why Google pumped, because we didn't do a market take last week because of the holiday. Google pumped and hit new all-time highs because the judge finally just like basically told Google, hey, you don't have to sell Google Chrome, because they were under scrutiny for the last like 4 or 5 years for being a monopoly on search. So, and they beat it and they pump like crazy. So yeah, back to Japan, dude. What's
Hold
going on
on,
over there?
since we're on Google now, let's
Start
discuss
up.
what Google's been going on. Dude, Google, okay, first of all, Google is starting to get really active with crypto. They've developed their own blockchain. Okay. They have, oh my God, we have to discuss this too, because I just realized.
Yeah,
Um,
tell the audience the Google blockchain. Shame on me.
okay.
I don't even know about it.
Yeah, so Google is well, it's in the test phase actually. They're developing their own blockchain.
Mhm.
Also, they are making every single crypto app on Google Play Store. This is where, speaking of monopoly, this is where it starts. Okay, they're making every single crypto. All of a sudden, they're making every single crypto app get a specific license to be available on the Google Play Store and on Google phones. Right.
Mm.
So, and if they don't, goodbye. But
Mm.
what do you think is going to come in? Probably their native wallet.
Well, dude, haven't we been saying
Mm,
for years, when is Apple going to introduce their wallet? So many. How many of us have a Apple wallet on our
it
phones? I
only
know I
makes
do.
sense. It only
It
makes
only makes
sense.
sense. We were talking about there needs to be one more big catalyst that gets a higher percentage of major adoption into crypto. And when I say when I say major adoption, I'm talking 2-3% more penetration on a global population scale. I think right now we finally broke over that 8% total. I want to say we're around 8 to 10. I would say closer to 8% global population that has some exposure to crypto. But imagine how much more adoption would happen if it was just on an Apple wallet or a Google wallet. funny enough, meme coins has been one of the leading factors of crypto adoption. When are we going to get something serious to get people to adopt crypto quicker and quicker and quicker? Apple, Google, please sell some Bitcoin on your wallets so chart goes up. Thank you.
Yeah, and also, guys, I just want to crypto at 6.8%. Wow, that's a lower number than I really thought.
Wow, why was I thinking 8? Thank you, Crypto Edge.
We'll confirm that, but I also want to bring this up, guys, and I want you to be aware of something. And I'm not gonna name. I'll name the token, but like we need to realize something here, okay? Because there's something dangerous kind of going around, in my opinion. All right, and it's XRP expectations. Okay, I have to say this. I'm not trying to hate on XRP.
Yep.
But I think the hype is unjustified. I do. You know, a lot of the hype surrounding XRP is cross-border payment systems, replacing day-to-day transactions, settlements, banking, all that. But what did we say a couple lives ago that was most likely going to happen?
Oh, about the banks just making their own stable coins.
Banks, payment processing companies just making their own platforms, right? Stable coins, chains, their own platform that they can control. They can control the fees on it. They control everything on it, right? Who just created their own blockchain today or the other day?
Stripe, right?
That's capable of doing 100,000 transactions per second.
Stripe.
Who's Stripe, guys? Who's Stripe?
We use Stripe to process.
They're the biggest merchant payment processor in the world, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's, you know what, dude. Whatever. TMI. You know how I said I had to run to the bathroom before the live? First thing I see on X, some fake post about US Bank adopting XRP, and it was just a fake post. And I'm so sick and tired of seeing so many fake posts about this bank adopting XRP, so and so adopting XRP. And then how many times did the SEC drop the case on XRP news every other month? It almost reminds me of every month that China bans crypto. But it is starting to get kind of ridiculous, like just so many fake stories just circulating around XRP. And yeah, that just totally incorrect hype about XRP gonna just take over the entire banking system. What? It's crazy.
Listen, guys, and I mean, dude, Coinbase is already in talks and already in partnerships with like Chase Bank, possibly Wells Fargo, definitely Chase Bank though, and you could see Chase Bank utilizing Base in some sort of aspect for that. And we got to understand, dude, who's got their teeth sunken into the government more than anybody? Again, Coinbase. Okay, let's not forget that.
Literally, Coinbase. They hold the government's crypto.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, I just, it's just so hard to believe that this crypto company coming out of nowhere, right? And I'm not saying they're claiming it out. I think it's just the community that claims it. This crypto company coming out of nowhere, and you think big finance, you think big American finance is just going to bend the knee, buddy?
Right.
I don't think so.
Not now, not never. Oh man. All right, what's next on the books? We kind of went on a little rant.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Japan, man. I mean, Japan.
Oh, yeah, Japan.
I guess this was like pretty big news, but the Japan prime minister resigns right after their tariff deal with Trump. Um, you know, I, I guess, I
He,
guess it was a deal that the people could not bear. The
mm,
Japanese people could not bear.
mhm.
Um, but the prime minister went through with it regardless, and I think he couldn't take the backlash, and he resigned. It's a 15% tariff across the board.
He, mm,
I think there's more to it too, though. There's something with like an investment too as well. But I guess, yeah, I guess he had a lot of resentment, so
I'm,
much that he had to.
yeah. I
I mean,
mean,
for you to step down from as like a prime minister, like let's take a step back and realize how big that is, right? Like when in history, does a prime minister or a president just voluntarily like, I'm stepping down? Like
yeah,
you're not a freaking CEO of a company.
right,
Like
right.
you don't just do that.
Yeah. Rocky also brings up a good point. For Japan, I heard people were protesting about immigration, so that is
Mm,
true. So basically, what was going on was, Japan's birth rates were declining at such a rapid rate, uh, and there was talks about policies of basically just importing people from South Africa, importing people from I forget what other country, and then even like Elon got in on this and was basically saying like it's it's not the land that makes the culture, right? It's the people that make the culture, and right, every country has culture, right? There's French culture, Italian culture, there's Russian culture, there's Japanese culture, there's Slovakian culture, there's everything, right? So there's like all these talks about, they're like worried that their culture is basically going to get evaporated soon, if 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 this happens. So
and you guys gotta understand, like these parts of the worlds too, especially in Asia, are like very traditional. So, and then like once you start to like mess with that a little bit, right? Start to mess with like their traditional deep rooted culture.
mhm,
It's a big no no. It's a big no no. Um, and you're seeing it right now. Actually, I've had you're seeing it right now of like a bunch of migrants come to Japan, and some places
yeah,
look a little different. Um,
seeing it in a lot of places.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, that's I think that's Japan's what, third prime minister in 5 years. Third. Man.
Yeah, I mean now that
I
it's like
Yeah,
they're in chaos right now, which I hope, I still want to go to Japan, so and I hope
yep.
the yen crashes a little bit more.
It's selfish. It's selfish.
I know it's selfish.
Have
I know, but
you guys, not a paid ad. If you want to go to Japan, get the app Revolut and just start buying some yen on there. I also buy some pesos on there when it's $1 to 20 pesos. I just stack up on some pesos then.
dude, you brought up a great point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like people visit other countries to experience different culture,
Yes.
right? You know,
Yes.
once every country starts becoming a melting pot,
It
then
it just doesn't work like
it
that.
doesn't matter.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, you go to Ireland to hear some Irish ass accents and to see some red hair and to see some pale skin.
That's crazy. But yeah,
I go to Mexico for
for
the
the
sweet,
Latinas,
thick Latinas.
good
Mm,
food.
mi corazón.
I visit Italy. I go to Italy to for my roots and for the culture that that Italy is notorious for, man. And same thing with Greece, same thing with France, same thing with Spain, right? Same thing with every single country in Europe. I would want to, I would want to go to, I would want to go to Africa too. and experience that culture too. That's what makes these places all unique. I want to go to, I want to go to the Middle East. I actually really want to go to the Middle East more than anywhere, to be honest, and experience that culture. I like when there's uniqueness.
Let's go to Lebanon with Mo.
And Asia, of course.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm not gonna lie, I really want to go to Kenya. That's on my bucket list. Dead ass.
should we get into some of this drama?
Kenyan women, I love them. What? I do. I really do. They are fire.
Oh man.
Anyways, what am I saying right now? I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're not. No, you're not. All right, so should we talk about this war of WLFI and TRX?
Yeah.
You can't get your mind off the. I hear you.
What? Oh, dude.
I want some busties.
I love them.
All right, who's an investor of WLFI, World Liberty Financial? Anyone get in on the pre-sale in the chat? We got like almost 200 viewers in here. Let's go.
That's dope.
Anyone get into the pre-sale? Anyone start selling?
So pre-sale
frozen like Justin Sons?
Yo, all right. So about that, right? Who I forgot. Humble Dan was messaging me about it because he got access to pre-sale. Because
right, he did.
He works for an accredited investor, but only accredited investors had access to pre-sale.
Yep.
So what happened, guys? You want me to go over it? You want to go over it?
So you can tell your version, and I can piggyback off of it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so guys, pre-sale happened. World Liberty Financial token goes live.
Okay, talk slower, dude. Can't stand when you do that. I can't hear you.
I'm not going to talk fast. I was getting to it. Stop interrupting. How about you stop interrupting? Like you are terrible at that. It's rude. It's disgusting. You want me to keep going on and on about it?
Yeah, I do. Maybe slow down so we can all hear you.
Don't worry. I was speeding through the part that we already talked about. Anyways, World Liberty Financial had their pre-sale. Only accredited investors could partake. Token goes live. Okay.
Yep.
First thing that happens, massive sell pressure or massive sell off from where I don't know, but Humble Dan told me that there was a vesting period for the token. However, the tokens were unlocked in the first half or the first little part. Yeah. And then they voted on a vesting period for the token.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the initial sell off. And then Justin's son was moving about 10 million worth to a centralized exchange, but he only sold $1 million, and then his wallet got blacklisted. Okay. This caused massive FUD on crypto Twitter.
Oh yeah.
People's main complaint, like, okay, you have a blacklist function in your contract. This is the opposite of decentralized finance. You're not allowing people to rightfully sell, so on and so on and so on. Now, what World Liberty Financial came out and said that there was a potential exploit, threat, or whatever, or hack or whatever that was imminent or something, and that's when they step in and start blacklisting addresses.
Yeah.
The funny part that is, though, Justin's son the next day tweets, "I'm going to be buying $10 million of World Liberty Financial."
Yeah, dude. He was like, "Hey, you don't want to be the next Epstein, huh?" They were like, "No." So like the info that I have on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, what was weird is originally this was going to be a governance token only, untradeable. That changed to becoming tradable. Now, what was extremely strange to me and for sure impacted the price, was that they posted WLFI on perpetual trading on multiple exchanges. And this happened before, this happened 6-7 days or so before it was listed on spot. So that was weird. Of course,
I saw
that's
that.
going to have an effect of price when you got people leveraging it down or up. So, you know, steep incline, I'm sorry, steep decline. They unlock 20% of the supply, push out another 5 billion tokens into the supply pool. That dropped prices. And then when they did that, multiple wallets that were trying to withdraw, they kept getting locked tokens. That started to freak people out. This was happening before the sun stuff, but like super, super slowly. And then social media went nuts when the whole when the whole Justin Sun stuff started happening. And then you were right. He transferred over like what, 10 million or something, right?
10 million.
Yeah. And then yeah, just when that happened, and then he made that post that they froze it, that's when people just kind of went ape. But man, and then right after the next day, you know, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be buying this, and then you just see all the comments, oh yeah, like Trump put you back in line or this and that, yada yada. But the whole beef was like, hey, they had a period where they were allowed to sell, and you basically froze people from selling because it was dropping the price too much. Like, guess what? That's the risk that of what's going to happen. And he didn't do anything wrong from my knowledge, from my research. And I like to look at big events like this, like liquidity events, because right after TRX dumped so hard, it basically got bought back up right to where it was within 24 hours time, liquidated so many, and then could possibly be the liquidity event that calls here at the bottom. But we won't know until Bitcoin breaks and holds 114K, guys. I'm not bullish again until we're over 114K. ETH is hanging in there nicely. But Bitcoin's got to break 114K, and we got to be able to close at 114K. Otherwise, we're just retesting a major resistance that could bring us right back down. But like I said, from being around cycle after cycle, like some of these events end up being like, black swan's not the right word for it, but they end up being major liquidity events that could shift the direction of the market. But I think overall what happened between them is a little bit sketchy, if you ask me. Almost seems a little bit orchestrated. Almost kind of makes me think like they got to get some more money to pay off some $35 trillion debt.
Well, you know what you know what's funny too? It's like the amount that he chose to buy back was the same amount that he moved to a sex. So was there even really a transaction there? You know,
Right?
that I mean, man, just lots of crime happening on chain, but it also makes me bullish at the same time a little bit. You know,
Crime and
uh,
bullishness.
but like when you stop people from selling it, you know, you're stopping natural distribution healing in the token itself, right?
Yeah.
Like you need to have tokens go through like these periodic phases of when they first deploy, right? To make distribution better and just to solidify itself a lot better, and the market will determine your value. That's just how it's always supposed to be. But
Yeah.
you know, we are in a sea of manipulation, of course.
Yep.
Now, you know, World Liberty Financial did run these past 2 days, and they're starting to retrace back a little bit. That
Did you
had
see
to
the
be
inverse though? TRX dumps, World Liberty pumps. and now we're Liberty selling off, and then TRX is back up.
It's just dude, I don't even know.
I mean, dude,
It's
to touch upon on your point, everyone probably watching, myself included, right? We all said, man, we need the big guys to adopt. We need the big guys to adopt. We need the big guys to adopt. But
we say
we
that.
also warned many times, eventually it's going to become the new stock market. The stock market is manipulated daily.
I know.
The news that's pumped out into the market is done daily. Tell me why they slam Google down and gap it down, stop out tons of people, close the market, and then say, hey, Google Chrome is all good to go. And then it pumps after hours. Like manipulation.
Same song, different dance, baby.
Same song, different dance. And
You
I'm
know,
talking not for years, I'm talking for a century.
yeah, it's
A
crazy too,
century
because like
plus.
remember the early years of crypto, man, all we would like fantasize is, oh my God, which is at some point this is gonna be, this is gonna institutionalize, everybody's gonna use it, the government's gonna, this and that. Like this is what we dreamed for, but what comes with that is its own,
But we
you
said,
know,
yeah,
it's
with
his
great
own
power
vice.
comes great responsibility.
You know,
Key and Peele.
sometimes I sit back and I'm just like, man, I wish we were still like in the crypto heyday, where
Dude, just give
where it
me
was just
one more 2021, 2022, not even the run, because I made more money this run, but just the culture, dude.
crypto is more fun when it's borderline
Culture in
illegal.
2021, 2022.
It's more fun when it's borderline illegal, you know.
Yep. We keep saying this, but do you guys notice how nobody on crypto Twitter says wag me anymore? Because you guys have been through the ringer, through the trenches, dragged through the dirt. Because wag me came around got big 2021, 2022, and all those people in 2021, 2022 have been through the ringer now. But
Dude,
Fody and I have been through the ringer since basically. Like we got in 2016, and it feels like forever. God, to
dude,
be fair, we were buying Bitcoin forever ago, but that was to buy on the Silk Road for EDC and to gamble on Bovada. We was never saved,
dude,
unfortunately, because we're
and you
both.
know what? This is and this brings, kind of like the main topic of today's live, guys, is, the market right now doesn't know what it wants to do.
Price
It doesn't.
discovery. For crypto, it's price discovery phase for sure. For stocks, we are trending. But vice versa, a few months ago, it was the opposite. But we are definitely in a price discovery here on crypto. If you guys want a little bit of a trick, I know a lot of people are expecting alt season, alt season, alt season. Well, for the folks that are new to this channel and new to us, alt season came and left. What you guys need to look at on your trading views or wherever you look at your charts, you need to look at what's called total 2 and total 3. Total 2 is the entire cryptocurrency market cap, excluding the market cap of Bitcoin. So every altcoin and Ethereum. Now, total 3 is the total cryptocurrency market cap, excluding Bitcoin and ETH. So basically, every altcoin, not Bitcoin, not ETH. I'm sorry. Yeah, every altcoin, not Bitcoin, not ETH. That already hit new all-time highs. So
Mm.
what does that tell us? That means the good coins are hitting new highs. Our hype, that hit new all-time highs. ENA, pumping, still a newer coin. Sol, that's going to hit highs, right? But if we look at those coins like Mana, Gala, Sand, those 2021 like metaverse coins, those got kaput, right? FET, kaput. So many coins. Alt season came and passed. So many coins will never hit all-time high. So don't get married to anything. The goal is to swing the altcoins, sell it for profit, get some Bitcoin. Swing the altcoins, sell it for profit, get some Bitcoin.
And pay
Cash
attention to the
out.
narrative, guys. Like literally, AI narrative was last year. This narrative, RWAs. Okay, what RWAs are cranking right now? Ondo's going to crank soon, I think, this year.
Yeah.
Even physical asset RWAs like Pokemon cards. Who saw cards? Who saw cards?
I didn't.
Okay, well, cards is literally a crypto backed by Pokemon cards, and it's a Pokemon gotcha machine. It's like Courtyard, and I know your guys. I know but they literally have a token attached to them. That's considered an RWA. What big alts were performing better than all the other alts? I mean, obviously infrastructure tokens, right?
TRX.
Obviously infrastructure tokens are going to perform good. So your Ethereums, your hyperliquids, like bullish networks that house a lot of things that solve a problem are going to run. So obviously the Ethereums, obviously the hyperliquids, the SUIs, and base, like the base ecosystem and a handful of other things, right? But other than that, like Arthur was saying, the metaverse tokens, the crypto gaming tokens, um, the other BS that whatever was hot, like random utility stuff that's just LARPiest stuff, like it's not their turn anymore. It might be a turn sometime in the future, right? Who knows? It might get turned on again, but not this cycle. None of those alts are even remotely close to their all-time highs.
Ooh, DGen just dropped a coin that I actually like, SUI. Yeah, guys.
SUI,
So
yeah.
this cycle, keep track of those strong coins, those good coins. Those are the ones to be in, like your Link, your SUI, Cardano now, Hype, love Hype. AVAX chart looks prime right now.
Startups looking strong, gentlemen. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to randomly do that.
Austin, what's up, man? But that's what we got for you guys this week on the market take photo. You got anything else for the squad before I give some closing remarks?
Yes, guys. I know I'm being a. I just want to remind you because I don't know, that many people know about this or paid attention to this. I know it's going to sound a little bit funny, but I see an opportunity here. And let's not FUD the Pudgy Penguin ecosystem, okay? They have a really good mobile game out right now. If you ever played Fall Guys in the past, it's basically like Fall Guys, but it's completely free, right? I mean, obviously there's some like in-game stuff you could buy if you want, but it's not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
And you could earn, if you play enough, you could earn legendary skins, which are essentially NFTs. You have to you have to make sure you link your mythical account when you're on the game. I know some of you guys already signed up. Make sure your mythical account is linked. Make sure you're doing the tutorial. But once you start playing and you start earning skins, right now only the legendary skins are tradable. Dude, these skins are selling for $5,000 plus. This game came out like a week ago. And these like tradable skins in the game are selling for $5,000 plus. It's honestly insane. Also, if you refer enough people to, you'll get a legendary skin that's worth like $50. And in the future, what I'm thinking, pretty soon a majority of these skins are going to be tradable, and there's going to be other ways to earn on this game, and it's something to play before bed. It's super easy to play, but I think
check it out tonight.
Honestly, it's super fun. You can play with your friends, you can create parties and everything, yeah, why not? If there's an opportunity to make some bread, why not?
Yep. All right, guys. Download that Pudgy Penguin game. Guys, Stock Unlock turns 5 on Saturday. We turn 5 years old on Saturday. We're like a little kid. How epic. For the Stock Unlock members, we're going to do a special live on Saturday morning in the Discord. I can't wait for it. 5 years deep, 5 years in. We're only going to go up. Chart only goes up. Let's go, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in this week. Please come back next week for some more news. Let's go.
Dude, I think streaming on X is the wave.
200 views to finish it off. Let's go. 200 viewers. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
All right, peace out,
All right,
guys.
peace.